Hello everyone, I hope you are all having a nice day. In this video, I want to touch certain points in what is advisable to do for anyone that is dealing with a seeker in certain aspects. Okay, like for example, let's begin when someone contacts you. For example, a seeker is contacting you for a reading, asking you prices and how do you deliver readings. Okay, when it comes to this, try to be as clear as possible and how you are going to do the reading for them. What kind of time frame can they expect the reading to last around? How would you deliver the reading? Okay, so first of all, how long is the reading? If you have different prices, in my case, I do offer different prices, always making clear that the amount of cards that the amount of cards a reading has indicates the information they will receive. Like for example, a 3-card reading is $10. The amount of cards indicates that they will receive some information. Okay, they cannot expect that the reading is going to last 20 or 30 minutes. Okay, so for example, what I advise everyone to do is to devise your readings. This reading is 3-card reading. Is going to last around 15 minutes. Okay, 15 minutes. Another thing that is super important. It is important to divide, okay? And this is something I'm doing right now because live readings do take more energy and live readings take more time. Okay, so let's go back. 3-card reading will last around 15 minutes. I offer this service either text reading, live reading, or video recording reading. I don't offer text reading. I don't type anymore. The readings I offer is either video recording reading or live reading. I'm going to be separating my prices in video recording reading or live reading. Live reading costing more than the video recording reading. The reason why I'm doing that is because always when you are doing a live reading, that takes longer than if I just give the information, bring everything I need to bring a close with the reading, and then we can go after the recording through questions. Okay, that is why when I'm doing a live reading, it's always more talking, it's always more back and forth, and this always takes longer for me than just a recording reading. Okay, so that is reason number one. You divide your readings, you explain the reading, you explain how long is it gonna take, you explain the information the seeker will receive in the amount of cards, in the amount of time. Okay, like for example, 3 cards are 15 minutes, 6 card 20 minutes, 12 cards 30 minutes, and with that the amount of money that the seeker is going to be paying is going to be a little more. Okay, first thing we have to do, we as readers, we have to be clear about what we are doing, how many cards we are using, the amount of time that the seeker can expect to be used around this reading, and the price. Okay, always under all circumstances the reader must receive payment first, ahead of time. Okay, in other words, don't book anyone that hasn't paid for a reading. Don't go back and forth using your energy without you having received payment already. Okay, because in many occasions you will find out that you just wasted time that you can be using with another person that is requesting a reading. Okay, so price clear is advisable. Okay, how will they receive the reading? How long is it going to last? Clear out and done. Payment is always up front. Now, what can you do if someone comes to you and tells you, you know what, um, I only have this amount of money. Can you do a reading for me for this amount of money? Then you can, that is going to be your decision, okay? What you want to do. Do you want to do the reading or not? But if you do, you can also at times say, well, you know what? I can do a reading for you for that amount, but this reading is going to last less than if you would have paid the amount that you were charging, okay? Always making it clear, I can take this reading as a donation reading. In other words, okay, you can either say, you know what, those are my prices, and message me when you are able to pay the amount, or you can offer, I can do a reading not as long and consider this a donation, okay? But you cannot allow people to be telling you how much you are going to charge for your readings, okay? You have those prices, you send those prices, you have them organized, you have them worded correctly, and they have to pick from what you offer, okay? In other words, the ones that want to bargain, maybe do a reading as a donation, okay? You can make the reading and accept a donation. Always make clear that the reading is not going to have as much information. Depending on the donation, is going to be the duration of the reading. In these words, the seeker is not imagining something that they're not going to receive. Okay? Okay, during the reading, let's say that you are already doing the reading and the seeker tells you that it doesn't make sense, okay? What I usually do is I begin doing the reading and I lay out the cards, I tell the story, I tell them what I see, and then I pause and ask, is the reading making sense to you? Let's say, for example, the seeker says, you know what, this is not making sense to me. Okay, so let's go back. You ask them, what is exactly doesn't make sense to you? Then you let them answer, okay? You let them answer and what is going on in the situation. 90% of the time, the seeker is going to be talking about what they have been through, okay? And you can also pinpoint the things that you had already been saying, being exactly what he is mentioning. This has happened to me, okay? Like, for example, somebody says, well, yes, I'm in a relationship, and you know what? We are having problems, but I don't know why the relationship ended, okay? And you can see clearly, okay, there is dishonesty. Maybe she found out something about you and things like that. Most of the time, maybe also is because how you are wording what you are seeing, okay? So recap that, ask the seeker, okay, just tell me what is going on with you, and go back and forth in that information and how the cards are relating to the seeker's story. Okay, now this doesn't usually happen to me, but and knock on wood that it will not happen. A seeker telling me that it doesn't make sense. Other times also, one reason why the reading will not, the seeker will say that the reading is not making sense is because not everything that we are saying is already happening to them, okay? Sometimes we are seeing what is about to happen. So in other words, when someone says, you know what, this does make sense to me, but this not, I just don't relate it, okay? Not everything a reader is telling is happening in the here and now. I always advise those people, please give the reading 15 days, please give the reading 30 days. After the 30 days, come back to your reading, revise your reading, and then tell me if that doesn't make sense. That is never going to happen. It is always going to make sense, okay? Unless the seeker is in denial, unless the seeker doesn't want to see the truth or the reality or of a situation. In many occasions, please also know that you are going to be dealing with someone that doesn't want to accept what is happening, okay? They don't want to accept that they are at fault of why the breakup is happening. They don't want to accept that they have been lying or hiding things, and for some reason they are in this mess, okay? Always know that people are not always ready for the truth. So when this happens, just say, you know what? Okay, if the reading is not making all sense to you right now, it's because everything I had mentioned is not happening in the here and now. Please give you reading 15 days. You more or less have to know, okay? I usually say 15 days. I usually say 30 days. Give you reading 30 days. Come back and revise it. And then you will see how things that are happening to you will begin unfolding before you. And you will see, okay, now I understand what she was talking about. And I notice things, okay? Now, that is what is advised when the seeker is telling you that the reading doesn't make sense. Okay, another thing that we are going to deal with while doing a live reading. Okay, so you are doing your reading, you pull out the cards, you gave all the information, the seeker is happy with the reading, but this reading was about love relationships. Okay, and the seeker is asking you as soon as you all done, okay, do you have any questions? No, I don't have a question about my love life, but can you tell me about my finances? Okay, when the seeker wants to continue on the live reading, asking you a question that this has nothing to do with the initial reading. Okay, the first thing you have to do is, you know what, for an extra question at this moment, I will charge this much, can be $10 more. Okay, you can pull 3 cards to answer that question if that is the case. But you know what? I cannot answer your question if I don't receive the payment before I answer your question. Or also, you have to request, I have to receive the payment before I begin pulling more cards. You can wait if you want to. If you have a schedule readings back to back, like sometimes I do that, you know, at 11 I have a reading, and at noon I have another reading, at 1 I have another reading. So you already know beforehand, you know what, I don't have time, you know, I don't have time to answer that question right now, but we can schedule another reading. Maybe just message me and we can set a time for your reading. Okay, you can say that. But if you decide that the seeker is asking you question and you grab your cards just because you are a nice person and you are so kind and you really want to help them, you know, we all really want to help the seeker, but also as well, we also have to learn to say no. We have to draw the line in saying, okay, you know what, I have answered your question, we've been in a live reading for 50 minutes, 45 minutes, and if they don't pay beforehand before another question, then it's highly advisable for you to say, I don't have the time, I have another reading. You know what, we can schedule another reading. Okay, if you have the time, then you must receive payment beforehand. This is to keep things clear. This is to keep things healthy in between you and the seeker, because if the reading ends, the seeker goes home, and you know what, you will be, okay, you know what, you didn't send me the payment for the last questions that you made, and there can be a conflict or there can be an issue, because many times once the person has received the service, it's not so easy to pay. Okay, so keep that in mind. Okay, how to deal with a seeker that is telling you, can you show me the card in this position? What are you saying about that card? Okay, let's say that you are reading for a reader, and this reader is challenging you in your abilities and how much you know. For this, I will say, you know what, all the cards I had on the table, they had already mentioned. Please note that if you are a reader and you have an interpretation of something for that card, that might not be the same for me. Okay, I don't interpret the card the same as you, but this is the card, okay? You always tell them the card. But if they want to tell you, oh no, because when I see those cards, that means this and that and da to me, okay? Then you can say, yes, that can mean that to you, but how I see it and how I read, that's not how I do it, okay? In other words, we are all different in our style. We are all different, excuse me, in the interpretations we give to the cards. Okay. In other occasions too, also, like in my case, I don't only use the cards to read. I use what I'm receiving, what I'm hearing, what I'm feeling, what I'm sensing about that person's energy, about the situation. Okay. So that is the person that wants to challenge you in telling you, I didn't hear the interpretation for this card or that card, because they are readers and they already know. In other words, they don't let you do the reading. They want to do their own reading, okay? And this is kind of funny, but at the same time, it's like, okay, just let me do the reading for you. I'm going to read for you, okay? So that is how to deal with, okay? You tell them, you interpret your cards your own way. Okay, I feel I need water. And I guess we have the last one, the one that is in denial, the one that tells you that you are wrong, that their partner is not cheating, that what you have seen in the cards is not possible because everything is all right. Okay, everything is all right in between them. We go back again to when this happens. We're not going to argue with the seeker. We are going to tell them we understand where they are coming from, to please, once and again, give the reading 15 or 30 days, and then see how things unfold for them in the following days. Okay, always, all the time. Things begin happening, they begin seeing the reality, they begin seeing the situation and the issues that they didn't see, okay, or that they were in denial. So, just to recap, explain your reading, how they are going to receive it, explain the amount of cards, explain clearly the price, explain clearly why a live reading might be more, explain clearly what will they receive during the reading. Don't let them bargain your prices. Don't let them make you bring your prices down. If a seeker has more questions, always be willing to answer those questions, but always also as well receive payment beforehand. Be sensitive with the message you deliver. Be willing to find the root of the problem. Always give guidance. If a seeker is telling you that the reading doesn't make sense, give your reading 15 days or 30 days. That is the right answer. Okay, so thank you everyone. I hope this video helps you. Please, 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 in the comments, add what you think or feel is important for readers to deal with situation. What is important? What have you been dealing with? What is your advice for everyone to how to handle situations? This is in order for all of us to be better readers, to be more prepared, and to know what to say or how to act when a situation that you haven't dealt with beforehand in the past arrives to you. Okay, thank you. Wish you all a wonderful day. Bye.